I'm doing it back here again for our video, and this is going to be the first video in a new series of videos I'm doing throughout the month of October that I am calling October Horror Watches. And in these videos, I'm going to be talking about every single movie that I watch throughout the month of October. Now, there are a lot of movies that I've already talked about in the past, and those are just films that I watch every year. You know, there are films that, I watch that are traditions. There are movies that I love watching every year around October, and I will be talking a bit about those, but I want to focus more on films that I haven't talked about as much, or movies that I haven't seen before, because I am going to be watching some horror movies for the first time, and I'm going to be talking about those in this series. So I just thought that this would just be a great idea to do, just a great cool series for me to do. I do plan on posting at least one video up a week. I might even post more depending on how many how many movies I watch, and I'm also going to be posting other videos in between these videos. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and the first couple movies I've watched are films that they're not horror movies, but they have a horror theme to them, and they're really good films to watch with family, because there are movies that I enjoy watching that are non-horror movies that are still really great to watch in October, like these first two. The first two movies that I watched during this month of October are the first two Addams Family movies. Now, I really enjoy both of these films. The first one is one of my favorite films, actually. I think it's a great film adaptation of the classic TV show. You got some great actors in this, like Raul Julia as Gomez, Angelica Houston as Morticia. Then you have Uncle Fester, played by Christopher Lloyd, who did an amazing job, and Christina Ricci, who plays Wednesday. And I think that this was one of the first things that she did that she got really noticed for. And she's absolutely amazing as Wednesday, and I enjoy both of these. Like I said, the second one, I think it gets kind of goofy. In the second one, Wednesday and Pugsley, they end up going to summer camp, and there's like this gold digger who's after Uncle Fester, and since he will inherit the Addams family fortune, she's going after him, and for his money. And the second one, like I said, it's kind of goofy. It goes a little bit overboard with some of the jokes, but I do think it's still a really good sequel. But I will say that the first film is a much better movie overall. I really enjoy both of these movies, and I recommend them if you haven't seen them. Now, the next movie I watched is definitely a childhood favorite for a lot of people. It's one of my favorite childhood movies growing up, and that is the original Casper movie, starring Bill Pullman and Christina Ricci once again playing Kat. And like I said, this is just a great movie that I know a lot of people grew up watching. It's got a great story and good special effects as well. I still think that the special effects in this film still hold up, and the music in this movie is beautiful. I love the whole theme, especially the piano theme that plays throughout the movie. I absolutely love the music, and it's just beautiful music by James Horner, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. Yeah, James Horner, which, he did an amazing job. He's done an amazing job on a lot of other great movie themes, and this is a great one. This is probably one of my favorite films in general. Not just one of my favorite childhood movies, but also one of my favorite films, and I love to watch this around October. And I will be watching the other two Casper movies. I know that they're not really related to that Casper film, but I still enjoy watching them. I know Casper Meets Wendy is kind of a cheesy kiddish movie, but I still enjoy that one as well as A Spirited Beginning, and I do plan on watching both of those later on in the month as well. Okay, so now the next couple films I watched were the first two Leprechaun movies. Again, movies that I just really enjoy watching. I really enjoy the first film. It's really cheesy. I know a lot of people, some people, they just don't understand that it's not supposed to be taken seriously. I mean, it's a movie about a killer leprechaun. You can't really take that movie 100% serious. But I do still really enjoy the first one. I really enjoy the characters, especially Ozzy. I think he's probably my favorite character in the first film. And I really do enjoy Leprechaun 2 as well. I think that's one of the better horror sequels in my opinion. I really like the characters in that one as well. I don't plan on watching any of the others simply because I don't think I'll have enough time to, with both working and I want to watch, other films that I haven't seen and stuff, so I won't be watching this, but I do enjoy the first two Leprechaun films a lot. Now, next one is a true horror classic, it's probably one of the greatest horror classic films of all time, but that is Vincent Price in the original House on Haunted Hill. And this to me is a quintessential horror film. It's a movie that I still think is creepy today. I mean, obviously I've seen it so many times and I know what happens, but I still think this movie has some great creepy moments, especially the old lady, sort of in, that one scene, she's sort of just hovering, and, there's a lot of, iconic horror scenes in this. House on Haunted Hill, one of the greatest horror classics of all time. Up next, we have a film by Wes Craven, and that is The People Under the Stairs. And I really do enjoy this movie. I do like the idea that this movie is sort of, you got these two crazy people, and they don't believe in, being bad, and if you're bad, you'll be punished. And so they sort of go after their, this little girl that they sort of kidnapped named Alice. And, it does touch on things like child abuse and things like that. And of course, living in the little boy Foal, he kind of lives in the ghetto and he doesn't have a whole lot of money. And these people are his landlord, and they do have a lot of money. And, I think there's a lot of things that this movie says, and it's overall a really great movie. I really do enjoy this one. It's one of Wes Craven's best. Now, since today is, I'm recording this movie on, I'm recording this video on Friday the 13th, but I'm probably going to upload it the day after. So if you're watching this is probably Saturday the 14th. But since it's Friday the 13th when I'm recording this, I of course am watching the original Friday the 13th, one of the greatest horror films of all time. I don't think I'll be watching all the Friday the 13th films. I'm just going to be watching a few of the ones I enjoy, like Part 3, the final chapter, Part 7, and maybe 8. Those are probably the ones I want to at least try to watch throughout this month. But yeah, like I said, just a true horror classic film, and it's one that, has lived on, and, Jason is such an iconic killer, even though Jason isn't really the killer in that movie. Alright, and the last two movies I'm going to be talking about, since it's October, I do plan on watching the entire Halloween franchise. I plan on watching the original. I'm not going to be watching Rob Zombie's films. Even though I do enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween, I enjoy moments of it. I know that, people have love-hates for those movies. I enjoy Rob Zombie's Halloween. I don't love the movie, but I really enjoy different parts of it. But I am going to be watching all 8 original Halloween films. And what I want to do is I want to wait until until October 31st to watch the original. And so I thought it would be a cool way of doing this. And I did this last year. I'm going to be watching them all from Resurrection to 1. And this is kind of my way of, saving the original Halloween, saving the best for last. Because I don't plan on watching the original Halloween until October 31st. And so, a couple nights ago, I watched Halloween Resurrection. Now, I saw this movie in theaters, and I know some people have a lot of mixed opinions about this. I don't think it's a great movie by any means, but I do find it fun. I know some people, they think this is like the worst horror film of all time, and I'm just like, no, it's not. Some people even say that this is the worst Halloween movie of all time, and I'm like, have you seen Rob Zombie's Halloween 2? For anyone who is a fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, if you like the movie, you like it, that's good. I didn't enjoy it. I don't hate the movie, I just didn't enjoy it. But there's some people that think that this is like the worst horror film of all time, and I know it has bad moments, but I enjoy, some of it, I have fun with it. And I have not watched this yet, but I hope to watch it this weekend. But it is Halloween H2O. Now this, in my opinion, is one of my favorite movies in the franchise. I think it's got a really strong return of Jamie Lee Curtis. And I always thought that if they were going to end the Halloween series, this would have been a great movie to end it on. I think that Laurie is the one that should kill Michael off. And I always thought that this was a great way to end the series. Of course, they decided to continue with Halloween Resurrection and the new film that they're doing, which they've already announced the new movie is not even going to be a sequel to Halloween 2. It's just going to be a direct sequel to the original. I don't really know where I'm excited to see the new Halloween movie. I wish that it would have been like a direct sequel to Halloween 2. I wish that the new movie was replacing this one or replacing Resurrection. I would have preferred if they had the events of the new Halloween movie take place after H2O, because I really enjoy H2O. But like I said, I will be watching this probably this weekend. But anyway guys, that is just the first video in this new series I'm doing where I'm talking about all the movies I'm watching throughout October. Like I said, some of these movies are going to be ones that I have already talked about, but I'm also going to be talking about a lot of other films that well, not a lot, but I do plan on watching a good majority of movies that I haven't seen before and I haven't talked about, as well as some classic movies that I watch every year. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about, this video, and like I said, I wasn't bashing anybody who enjoyed Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I don't enjoy it. I just think it's funny of how people even think that Halloween Resurrection is a worse film than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which kind of baffles me, considering the fact that Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is considered like one of the most hated movies. I don't even think it's even that bad. I mean, I don't hate Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I just didn't think it was good. But then I don't love Halloween Resurrection. I just think that, I just don't think it's a terrible movie. But, to each his own. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. That's just what it is. But anyway, guys, I've rambled on enough. Thanks for watching this first video, and I hope to have another video up next week, as well as videos showing off my horror collectibles and other things like that. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.